Hong Kong is one of Asia's most diverse cities, boasting various ethnic groups and a long history of immigration. This diversity has given the city its vibrant culture and a reputation for where East meets West. But there's a group that often gets overlooked: Hong Kong's migrant workers. Hailing from countries like the Philippines, Indonesia, Nepal, Thailand, and Sri Lanka, these people are often found in the shadows, working for other Hong Kong citizens in the domestic sector. They keep many households running smoothly and boost the economy, and the city can't function without them. Yet their contributions to Hong Kong beyond their work are rarely considered. In reality, these workers and their families have their own culture and traditions, and against all odds, they've continually enhanced Hong Kong's cultural landscape. Filipinos were some of the first migrants to arrive in Hong Kong, with a history dating back to the 1840s. But their numbers ballooned in the early 1970s when many Filipino women migrated to Hong Kong to work as cleaners, cooks, and nannies for Hong Kongers. Today, Filipinos are the largest ethnic migrant group in the city. Over time, workers from other countries followed. This includes Indonesians, who are now the second largest ethnic community in Hong Kong. By the end of 2023, Hong Kong had over 350,000 migrant workers. 56% were from the Philippines, 41% from Indonesia, and the remainder were from countries like India, Thailand, Sri Lanka, and Nepal. Regardless of their specific country of origin, all migrant workers from South Asia are expected to perform multiple roles. This includes household cooks, cleaners, and nannies. Another common responsibility is caring for the elderly or young children. However, many Hong Kongers are guilty of overlooking the contributions these migrant workers bring to the city. These migrant workers' professional work is often undervalued, and their personal lives are even more neglected. Their religious contributions are one of the best examples.
我覺得佢哋融入到呢個社會啦，咁佢哋都係衣食住行嗰啲啦，咁佢哋着衫啊、煮嘢食煮翻佢哋嗰啲嘢啊，咁通常佢哋都係做一啲傭工，即係 domestic helper 喺屋企幫手，咁又會煮下唔同嘅菜啊，咁我可以交流下啲菜式嗰啲咁。
咁你有冇參加過或者遇過一啲 domestic helper 所舉辦嘅一啲文化慶典呢？你覺得佢哋呢啲慶典係點樣？
哦，咁我就冇參加過嘅，但係我印象中喺電視睇過，佢哋即係個氣氛係幾好嘅。咁樣就見到，因為我喺 PMQ 嘅嗰個電視嗰個節目啦，咁佢哋又會整一啲佢哋民族嘅服飾啊嗰啲，同埋一啲首飾咁樣。咁我覺得其實都幾得意嘅。如果我得閒咗，我都會有興趣去睇。
Migrant workers, for instance, come from various faiths and beliefs. Thanks to the different religious perspectives these migrant workers bring, Hong Kong is now home to various impressive cultural buildings. Indonesian migrant workers are predominantly Muslim, and they observe their faith through regular prayers at one of Hong Kong's 5 mosques. With space for up to 3,500 people, the Kowloon Mosque is Hong Kong's largest, and it serves as a vital hub for worship and social gatherings. Then there are religious festivals. Fasting during Ramadan is a significant practice for Muslims, and it culminates in Eid, a festival Indonesians eagerly anticipate. The mosque plays a crucial role during this time, hosting special prayers and community events that bring worshippers together to share festivities and celebrate with family and friends. The cuisine of migrant workers has been another major contributor to Hong Kong culture. During religious festivals, the Indonesian migrant population makes traditional dishes such as rendang, nasi goreng, and satay. The cultural contributions of domestic workers are not exclusive to religion. When they're not working, migrant workers often gather in public spaces, participating in their own communities and cultural activities. See, Hong Kong's domestic workers are required to live in their employers' homes. For them, Sunday is the only true day off, but they certainly make the most out of it. Victoria Park is a large green open space in the center of Hong Kong, and on Sundays, it's often full of migrant workers gathering to socialize. Indonesian migrant workers can be seen enjoying their traditional dances, gamelan music, or indigenous martial arts like pencaksilat. In the past, community leaders have organized activities like fashion competitions, language courses, and sewing workshops. Another hotspot is Sham Shui Po, where Indonesian migrant workers bond through simple leisure pursuits like shopping and hiking. Indonesians aren't the only migrants who enjoy spending time in public spaces on their days off. The Filipino migrant community often flocks to Victoria Park too, alongside other spots such as Chater Gardens and Statue Square. In fact, on Sundays, Statue Square is dubbed Little Manila due to the many Filipinos who spend time there. Sundays in Little Manila are full of laughter, music, and shared experiences. Besides performances, social get-togethers such as pop fan club meetups and even bridal showers are commonplace. Just like their Indonesian counterparts, Filipinos claim a space with their bags, cardboard boxes, and tents, using these spaces as a kind of home away from home. They socialize and enjoy entertainment such as lively musical performances and singing, central to Filipino culture. Filipino migrants are also increasingly setting their sights further afield, with many enjoying day trips to mainland China. While holidays often feel out of reach for this demographic, the opportunity to head across the border is an attractive prospect. These trips allow the workers to escape the humdrum of their daily lives for a day to explore new environments. Plus, mainland China often boasts cheaper goods and services. Migrants tend to socialize with others from the same country, partly due to differences in religion and food. For example, many Indonesian districts have strict rules about eating due to their Islamic faith, while Filipinos often cook and eat pork dishes. However, there are an increasing number of cultural festivals for all migrant workers. A recent example is the Sunday Vibes Festival, organized by the Caritas Asian Migrant Workers Social Service Project. The first Sunday Vibes Festival took place in January 2024, featuring performances, interactive games, and booths. Indonesian migrant workers sang Cantonese songs, while Filipinos performed cultural dances depicting life in a traditional Filipino fishing village. This kind of cultural exchange gives different migrant groups the chance to build bonds, appreciate each other, and celebrate their diversity. Another example is the Asian Migrant Workers Social Service Project, an initiative from the charity Caritas Hong Kong. It hosts a YouTube channel where migrant workers can speak about their lives outside domestic work. For instance, a program called Zeze's Voice allows migrants to talk about their experiences in Hong Kong. Episodes cover topics like relationships between workers and employers and the role of cuisine in promoting social harmony. But the channel is just getting started. In the future, the team hopes to include YouTubers and celebrities to further spread the message. This kind of project helps migrants connect with each other, but it also connects them to the rest of Hong Kong. By giving migrants a platform to share their experiences, struggles, hopes, and contributions to culture, they stand a chance of being listened to by the rest of society. This has the potential to change how migrant workers are viewed over time. To show appreciation for its migrant population, the Hong Kong government is also working on further events and initiatives to improve their lives. For example, Kadori Farm and Botanical Garden support Hong Kong's domestic workers with its Connection to Nature for Migrant Domestic Workers. Each Sunday, individuals are invited to the botanical gardens and picked up by bus in Central and Kowloon. Here, they can enjoy activities like yoga, participate in a treasure hunt known as the Zen Tangle, and tuck into a vegan lunch free of charge. These efforts give migrants the opportunity to benefit from a day out surrounded by nature and enjoy a boost in well-being. But while things are getting better for migrant workers in some respects, they still remain largely isolated from the predominantly Chinese society and often struggle to
家
integrate.
庭責任以外所扮演嘅角色，
我覺得就會比較少，始終佢哋因為佢哋嘅收入唔會太過高，咁佢哋喺個經濟體系入面可能嘅使費都唔會太多，唔會太幫到香港嘅經濟，所以我覺得會相對地比較少，比起家庭嘅責任。
Language plays a crucial role in building connections, but most migrant workers arrive in Hong Kong with limited knowledge of Cantonese. An increasing number are learning the language to improve their relationships with natives and develop a better understanding of the local culture. The Mission for Migrant Workers Foundation provides free Cantonese classes on Sundays to help domestic workers with general conversation skills, such as asking for directions and discussing transport options. This will allow them to explore more of the city. There have also been efforts to help migrant workers and Hong Kongers build better connections and a mutual understanding. The Second Home Project uses art as a platform to bring the migrant community and Hong Kong citizens closer together through poetry workshops, crocheting, and more. Another barrier preventing migrant workers from integrating is their lack of free time. There are no laws on maximum working hours per day or week in the city, and migrants often work 12 to 16 hours a day, receiving only one day off each week. This leaves them with little opportunity to enjoy their lives, be free and connect with the rest of society. Many workers also struggle to advance in their careers. Migrant workers often have a formal education, but move to Hong Kong due to a lack of job opportunities. Some even have a university education. This means a large proportion of the migrant workforce is overqualified for their domestic work. Since the law in Hong Kong states foreign migrant workers must live with their employer and cannot accept other forms of employment while under contract, it's challenging for them to advance. Worse, contracts are restrictively long. The combination of the binding nature of employment contracts and the excessive working hours result in minimal opportunities for migrants to gain more skills, put them into practice, or enjoy life beyond domestic work. Migrant workers like Filipinos and Indonesians have been an integral part of Hong Kong for over half a century. By working tirelessly in domestic chores like cooking, cleaning, laundry, and caring for senior citizens or children, they're the backbone of the city. But they're often overworked and underappreciated, working 6 days a week with limited opportunities to progress. Fortunately, attitudes are changing. While migrant workers were once isolated or ignored by the rest of Hong Kong on their days off,
咁多年都幫咗香港好多啦，即係好多家庭其實都即係可能有仔女啊，或者啱啱生完 BB 咁又即係需要啲人照顧佢哋啊，咁啲工人姐姐都好幫得手，即係可以幫手煮飯又得，湊仔又得，咁即係如果冇咗佢哋嘅話，就真係。
There is now an increasing number of outlets and projects to help them take a healthy break from their working life and develop skills. From free Cantonese language classes to social events where they can strengthen bonds with Hong Kong citizens. This helps migrant workers to expand their horizons and integrate into Hong Kong while enriching the city's culture through festivals, events, social media content, and more. Hopefully, the rest of Hong Kong will soon realize the value migrant workers provide and stop taking them for granted. Beneath Hong Kong's imposing skyscrapers and bustling markets, there's a whole unseen city where migrant workers enjoy their traditions, rituals, and cultures. When this Hong Kong is not only seen, but embraced, everyone will be better off.